Alright. As Kevin Hart says, we are live. Actually, we're not live, but we are broadcasting from Zanet Residence, and I've got a special guest with me tonight. A man who's very well known here at NMMU, for good reason, by the way, for good reason. He is the most genuine person I've ever met, and I think people will actually be really interested to hear what you say. Wouldn't you agree with me, Lou?
What? I have nothing to say at the moment.
Okay. I'm chatting with the new Mr. NMMU, Lunathi Bongo. He's here with me. Let's say he's here with me in studio. He's here, and I just wanted to do this little, podcast with you, just to allow you to, to share a little bit about your life, to introduce yourself to the people, so to speak, because even though we did see you at Mr. and Miss MMU, we do want to know who is this dude, who is our ambassador. So yeah, Lou, let's just get straight into it. Let's start with the obvious question, and it's on everyone's mind. Who is Lunathi?
Well, Lunathi is second year BA Human Resource Management student, all the way from King Williamstown. Likes listening to music, likes his sport, soccer, hockey, cricket, rugby. He likes watching all of that. He's done it all. Relaxed guy. I do get crazy maybe sometimes, but then like my music, entertainment, culture, and all of that. Yeah, that's me.
What was it like for you growing up?
Well, I'm an only child, and to answer your question, I had a decent childhood. Growing up as an only child, at some point having to deal with losing a father. Growing up, I had a decent childhood. My mother tried to provide for me during those times. She did her best, and I have no complaints actually.
When you were growing up, what were some of the best moments in your childhood? Like some of the best memories you could have, besides all usual with friends and everything. Like some of the best moments you can remember when you were growing up.
Some of my best moments have to be my birthdays. I remember having a birthday at home. My mother organized that, and there were friends and relatives, and the cake, the works. I remember that. Oddly enough, I also remember my school plays. Even from primary and before primary, I remember I have flashbacks or images in my mind of those. Yeah.
You were part of the plays?
Yeah, that being before pre-primary, those plays, and then of course with primary I did school plays. So yeah.
So you were a mini actor, were you? Like a mini actor, right?
Yeah, along those lines.
So you do have a little bit of acting experience every now and then.
I won't call it experience, but yeah.
Okay. I know it's all good. At least now I know something that I didn't know before. But we'll get back to that. Okay, we talked about the best memories now. What about the worst?
Worst memories. I'll have to say losing my father was one of my worst experiences. I don't know I know I've lost him, but I don't know what else I've lost or how my life could have been right now if he was still alive. But that has to just be the most standing out sad moment in my life growing up, losing my father. I still think about him every day of my life actually. It's the saddest, and I even remember I still have images of the funeral because I was 5. I was 5 turning 6 when he died. So I can still remember the funeral. I remember all those things. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, everybody has to go through their own losses sometimes, and you just happen to have that. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure you would attribute the kind of man that you are. You wouldn't say it would be much of a bad thing. I'm sticking my foot in my mouth right now. Oh, it's kind of a sad moment, so. But we'll fast forward past that. Let's not get all deep, bro. But let's fast forward now to school, specifically high school. As you said, but you're a guy who enjoys the sport. When you're in high school, you were a hockey player.
Yes.
Can you tell us more on those levels, like about that?
Okay, well, I arrived at high school in grade 8, coming from primary. So I joined the hockey teams there, played the 14-18. That was good, but our hockey coach was, I don't know, he was very demoralizing. He was a very good coach, but very demoralizing for us. We were a very good team, but our coach was very demoralizing. So I feel like we could have performed better, but we didn't. And then the next year I moved to the under 16 team. I played the under 16 Bs, and then I moved to the 16 As for the most of the time. I toured with the team as well, and then I played for the second team as well as the years went on. I had a little bit of experience with that as well, with the hockey, and I was captain. Yeah, that's my hockey experience from high school.
Natural born leader, would you say?
Yeah, I guess so.
I remember playing against you in a practice match. I think I was playing for the seconds at the time. I was playing for the seconds at the time. You were playing for the 16s. I remember playing against you, and you were the one who was walking me on my side of the line.
Yeah.
Not quite a good memory for me, but yes, quite the hockey player. And now, high school has its ups and downs. Let's focus on the ups of high school this time.
My ups, my positives from high school have to be, firstly, when I finally was able to be part, or my name was amongst the top achievers of the grade, because coming from primary, I wasn't there. I will be honest, I wasn't amongst the highest achievers, but you
were not clever. You were not the high achiever there.
I'm not gonna say I wasn't clever, but
okay.
I wasn't part of. My name didn't appear there. So now, finally, in high school, I was there. I was ruffling their feathers. That's one of my greatest achievements, I think, from high school. Next, I was part of the choir. I gained leadership of the choir. I was part leader of the choir. I got colors for being in the choir as well.
Nice.
And then, of course, being in terms of sport now, I was the captain, as I mentioned earlier, of the hockey team, the second hockey team. And then with prize givings, I remember winning a prize, one of those unannounced prizes. And I don't remember its name though. But it was one of those unannounced prizes where the teachers and the school, they decide who gets them out of the personalities that they see in us, the learners. Yeah.
Special moments.
Special moments.
Special moment.
Yeah.
An unannounced prize, you know. Maybe if we ever do a part 2 of this podcast, you have to go back home and you have to find out what is the name of that unannounced prize, because we want to know. We want to announce it live. But this unannounced prize is this. Okay. So you were quite the student, or quite the all-rounder. Did you ever get an all-rounder's tie?
No, I didn't get the all-rounder's tie.
You didn't apply for one then?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Yeah.
If you applied for it, you probably would have got it. I got no doubt about that. I'm just saying. Alright. So now, that's high school. Then, let's touch down to here now. Now, we're at NMMU. We're here. This is where you are. This is where you lived even last year. Talk a little bit about varsity since last year when you arrived.
Should I talk about my first year?
Yeah, I would start there.
Okay. Well, varsity. Wow. It has really been what people said it is, in terms of it being difficult and not all easy. Difficult in the sense that, firstly, I was coming from being this only child, never been away from home, always been around my parents, my mother, so the time, my family. So now coming here and being a student, being alone, was a whole mission. Trying to adapt was a whole mission and all. So adapting was a very big challenge. And then with the work as well, adapting the change from high school to university was not easy at all. I must admit, it's a whole new level indeed. You have to try and adapt, especially in your first year, because, you know, as they say, most first years drop out in their first years. Most students, they drop out in their first years. And so, yeah, I had to adapt with that and carry on. And now, through the grace of God, I'm in my second year. You know, still thankful, still moving forward. Yeah.
Well, what would you say to a grade 11 and a matric student or pupil? Because we're students, they're pupils. To a pupil who is considering coming to varsity, but they've heard that the work is like 10, if not even 100 times much more complicated. What would you say to them?
I tell them to prepare themselves mentally and spiritually, because varsity, yes, is difficult, but it is how you control yourself and how you handle the amount of work, how you condition your mind and how you prepare yourself spiritually. In that way, you'll be able to deal with the work here. I mean, there's no other way. If you're prepared mentally, if you tell yourself, and if you're prepared, you'll be able to deal with anything in life, especially this work that we come to deal with here in university. I believe so. That's what I'll tell them: to be strong mentally and spiritually.
And you tell them to come.
And to come to university, not avoid university, because in life you won't always be comfortable. There are times where you have to be in those uncomfortable positions, and you have to grow. And if you're always going to be comfortable in high school, then you're not going to grow. Come to university, be out of place, you adapt, you grow, you become a better person.
Alright. Now, nice. Okay. How has this place changed you since you've been here to this present day?
How has it changed me? I won't say it has changed me. I'll say it has made me a better person. In that I've come to understand and to appreciate more different people, different cultures, different beliefs. I've come to
the word is there somewhere. Yeah, you'll find it.
Yeah, I've come to like really appreciate the finer things in life. I know that's cliche, but then I've really like grown as a person, learned to live with different people, especially having a roommate now. As from last year and this year, I've had those things have changed me as well. I had to live with the person because I didn't have siblings, as you know. I didn't have siblings, so yeah. So I had to. It has changed me, but I've dealt with those problems. I'm living with my roommate and peacefully. So yeah.
Yeah, and you've been living with the same roommate for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Many people can say that. Some people are glad, some people are not. I'm just saying.